So you want to speedrun Divinity. What's up everybody, my name is Worldly and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be getting in depth with the beginner's guide for the speedrun of Divinity. With this guide you guys should be able to easily speedrun Divinity Original Sin 2 in about half an hour to 45 minutes. I will do this at a pace where you guys should be able to follow along. If you have any troubles you can slow the video down, pause it, whatever you got to do. So I've done one of these guides like this before, but the run has changed so much that things just need to be redone for those who want to try out speedrunning. I think this run is really beginner friendly. There's lots of awesome people in the community to help you out if you want, and if you need help, you can join the Discord. Link below to the official speedrun Discord. And yeah, let's get into it. For the first thing, we are going to be doing profile setup. Now, if you guys want this to be streamlined, you can go download my speedrun guide profile. I'll show you right now. It has all these save files for the speedrun practice, so you guys can just download the profile. The live split layout is going to be there too if you want to time yourself, so go download that if you guys want to streamline this. But if you want to set up your own profile, I'll quickly go through it with you guys as well. We're going to go through the profile setup, and I'm just going to show you guys all the hotkeys that I've changed and what kind of settings you should be looking at for the actual gameplay. Your target FPS for this game should be over 100. It's not a very intensive game. If you lower all the graphic settings, you should be able to get over 100 for the most part. First thing we're going to look at, the main thing you want to do is have fake full screen on. I do fake full screen because I need to tab out for a lot of reasons. It's really your choice what you want to do. But keep in mind the game does have to be run in an aspect ratio of 16:9. But you can run at 1440p. If this is, and of course this is only if you are planning to submit to the leaderboards. If this is just something you want to do on your own, it doesn't matter what you guys set it to. For VSync, you do want to set VSync to one of these two. So I do double buffering because it limits my frame rate to 165, and your zoom speed, like zooming into the screen, is limited to the frame rate. So if you have a really high frame rate, it's going to be extremely slow. And also you want that over 100 FPS target. It is linked to text scroll speed. With that, set your frame cap to 15, but don't enable it. The overall quality, you're just going to want to set to whatever works for your computer, but you do want to have shadows enabled. They can be on low, but just have shadows enabled. I use them for one of my setups. With that, everything else can be kind of turned off. You know, you don't need bonus stuff. You don't really need anti-aliasing or anything but I like to make the game look nice while I'm playing. So next, moving on to gameplay, we're going to set our autosaves to 1. If you're just starting this out, you can set that to as many as you want and turn on autosaves if you want. But I set my quick saves to 25 because I like to quick save a lot when I'm practicing. So the tutorial boxes, you obviously do not want these showing because they're just going to pop up all the time. The highlights, you do want to enable all these highlights. This basically lights up any enemies regardless of whether you're in combat or not. And we do want to lock the cursor to the window when in game. This is kind of a requirement. You can alt tab out, but if it's suspicious, the moderators are going to invalidate your run. Yeah, try not to alt tab out while you're doing an official run. I changed the panning speed to 3, and we turn off close-up dialogue, dynamic camera, and camera shake. Camera shake is like whenever you use a spell, like the camera will just like violently shake. Dynamic camera is what happens when you are in combat and it's someone else's turn. It will move the camera to that person. You don't want that happening while you're in combat. It's really obnoxious. The next thing you want to do is enable rotating minimap. This allows us to complete some of our setups for item flings, so it's very important. The next bit is the controls. Obviously the camera is going to be WASD. The camera center means if you press this button, it will go back to your character and recenter the camera. And then scrolling down just a little bit, camera zoom in and zoom out. We're going to bind the secondary to scroll mouse wheel up control scroll mouse wheel up and control scroll mouse wheel down. This means the camera will only zoom if we hold the control while scrolling our mouse wheel. The next bit, toggle camera rotate. So by default, this is actually the center mouse button. I really hate that, so I changed it to F. It's a lot simpler. The tactical camera is the overhead cam. So by default, this is O, but you want to change this to X. Now, one thing you should keep in mind is cancel action is bound to escape and right mouse button. This is important for later when we're doing item pickups. And this is default, by the way. The next important thing here is the Q command. If you're looking at the right side, you can see just how far down this is, but the Q command is normally set to right shift, I believe, but we're actually going to set this to Q itself, just because it's so easy to remember. Q is Q. And this basically lets you do multiple actions, including cheeky flings in areas that you normally can't reach. Keep that in mind, change that to Q or change that to something comfortable for yourself. If you've downloaded the profile, you're going to have all this already. So remember this as well, your show world tooltips should be the Alt key, the left Alt key, I think that's default. Then coming down a little bit further, we're going to see UI select slot 1. This is the first selection on your skill bar. So at the very bottom, you're going to see 0, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But we're going to change the first one to scroll up and scroll down. This will make it so that we're using our mouse wheel for both the first skill slot and all first dialogue options. So this is important for the red prince text, any text with Malady, lots of things. Act 2 has tons of text. So scroll wheel, very important to switch that. Very easy thing to do once you get used to it. Keep this in mind as well, quick load and quick save are bound to F5 and F8. Quick save is F5, quick load is F8. You're going to be using these a lot for your speedrun as well. So this one here, show chat, you're actually going to remove this. So you're just going to click on it and hit clear. This way you're not, when you spam the enter key for any reason, you're not going to be bringing up the chat window during the game. This one is a good one to remember, but it's not really necessary. Toggle crafting, you can press G to open up the crafting menu. This used to be a lot more important, but it's not so much anymore. Toggle equipment. This is going to be really important. You're going to be opening up your stats, leveling them, leveling your talents, and all of those things whenever you level up. So keep that in mind. The next really important one is to change toggle inventory to the tab key. Normally tab is set to your toggle combat mode, but we're going to remove that because we never use it. So this is just for speedrunning. Toggle sneak. I think the default is C, but you will be using this a couple of times, so keep that in mind as well. And of course, I'll go through all of these while the speedrun is going. I'll be letting you guys know what buttons I'm pressing, and you'll be able to also kind of see the keyboard as well. So the waypoint menu, you're actually going to want to change that to the grave key or the tilde key, depending on which word you call it. That's the key that's right beside your 1 key. You're going to be using the waypoint a fair bit. UI hotbar next and previous, these are initially bound to R and F. You're going to want to actually clear both of these. And that is all the controls. Hopefully you guys got that. And like I said, if you guys find you aren't getting it right or you're missing something, you can't find it, just go download the profile. You can even rename it before putting in there. The README, the instructions are there. So you shouldn't have any troubles if you want to go do that. The next thing we are going to do, go through the speedrun skills that you need to master in order, not master, but you need to learn in order to do this speedrun. I'm going to load literally the very start because you can do all of these right at the start of the game. Right off the bat, the first thing you're obviously going to learn to do is use your scroll wheel to skip the text. Literally just spam it and it goes through it. I'm going to adjust my skills here. You don't necessarily need to do this if you're just practicing. And we're going to scroll past the skull's text as well. So for the first trick, we're going to master the cheeky fling, which is basically, it's a very simple trick once you understand it. So we're going to grab this box that's just chilling right here, and we're going to go over to this position here. So if you watch when I drop this box, you're going to see that Fane wants to run up and then place the box. If we do the same action, but we pull the box out of our inventory a second time, so as he's running, just pull the box out, he will immediately throw it to the first position that you dropped it in. So anytime you drop it out of your inventory a second time, you're going to see Fane basically just eat it as far as it wants to go. The way that you can know that this is going to work is as long as Fane has line of sight on the object. So right here, if it's red outline, you cannot do a cheeky fling. If it's red here, cannot do a cheeky fling. But if it's white, you can always do a cheeky fling. So that is the cheeky fling. It's a very easy trick to master. So the cheeky fling is essentially just dropping any item within vision out of your inventory 2 times. Very simple trick. So that is the first trick you want to master. Very, very simple trick. Just takes a little bit of mouse movement. So I'm just going to load this up so I can show you guys what a Q cheeky fling is. And you can practice this in Act 1 as well. It's just easier to show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, so a Q cheeky fling is basically when you Q the command for dropping the pyramid. So I'll show you guys right now. So if I hold Q on my keyboard and I let go of the pyramid, you can see that nothing happens, right? If I pull the pyramid out again and I let go of Q, Fane will throw it to that position, and when I let go of my mouse, he will start moving towards the position where my mouse was. And this is important because if I try to do a normal cheeky fling to the island here, you can see this can't reach thing comes up. But if we do a Q command, and then we hold Q, and then we drop it out again, and we let go of Q while we're holding it, let go of Q, you can see we're still holding it, and then it does the can't reach. And that's fine, we flung the pyramid. So I'll hit caps lock to go back to my character, right click the pyramid. That's just one of the areas where you do a Q Shiki Fling. This trick is pretty easy as well. It's a lot of buttons to press with your hand, especially if you're opening and closing your inventory. So just keep that in mind. Hold Q. You can let go as long as it's within vision. And then anywhere, you can actually also drop it on the portrait or the skill bar, and it will still go to that position. So if you can't find a spot on the ground quick enough, you can just drop it on here or the portrait. Once you're able to do those comfortably, the next thing you're going to learn is the ping cancel. Ping cancel is very easy, but requires you to move your mouse quite a bit. Okay, so for ping cancel, basically all it is you will be clicking this ping button and you'll be right clicking right after. And you don't need to move the mouse away from it. You can click and right click while you're on it. If you watch the skill bar, you'll see it go gray and then bright again. So just like that. And what this is useful for is canceling animations. So if I cast haste, immediately after there's going to be a long animation where I can't do anything. But if I cast haste, and then as soon as the buff comes up on the top left here, I can click the ping bar or ping button and then right click and cancel that action, and then I can immediately start moving again. So if you do it correctly, it should look like this. So we'll cast it, buff comes up, and then we ping cancel and we can move immediately. And in case you're wondering, no, this does not work with the ping hotkey because the ping hotkey is instant. So for ping cancel, you're going to be using this for things like haste, you're going to be using it for chameleon cloak, you're going to be using it for tactical retreat, cloak and dagger. Even out of combat animations can be canceled that way. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay, for the next trick, you guys are going to be learning how to wall clip. So wall clip is really easy. We're going to grab this barrel again as an example, and you can actually practice on this door right here because it actually opens. But basically you're going to come up to the wall. All you're going to do is drop a item directly behind your character, and you're going to walk through the door. We'll open the door here just to grab our barrel again. And you can just practice this, it's very easy. So basically all you need to know is that the barrel, as it's coming out behind you, will be within your body's hitbox, and while it's within that hitbox, you can walk through the door. So because it's such a large object and I placed it so close to Fane, I was able to just clip regardless. But smaller objects will only work while they're mid-air, where larger objects like the crate should work even no matter how long you wait. So I can wait 10 seconds and I should be able to just walk through the door because it's always within Fane's hitbox. That is a wall clip. Pretty simple stuff. You can do this with smaller and smaller objects, but the intensity gets higher and higher depending on how small the object is. Next thing you're going to master is move and pickup cancels. So basically this one's really easy as well, but it is something you need to get used to. You're going to be using your left and right clicks a lot during the speedrun. So you're going to basically all you're going to do is when you move or pick up an object, you're going to immediately right click afterwards to cancel the animation of Fane putting out his hand. And this lets you immediately move another object without having to wait. So if you don't right click to cancel, a lot of the times there's going to be like delay. If you do it fast enough or if you do it at a certain pace, sometimes it'll work. I don't know why this is working every time. Just practice, basically even just pick up cancels and drop cancels as well. You're going to be dropping an object and just right click your mouse after any action that isn't a spell. Basically, spells can only be canceled by the ping button. So the last trick that is really important is the item fling. An item fling is basically tricking the game into thinking you're dropping the item somewhere when you're actually dropping it somewhere else. We're going to drop this crate on the ground. The difference between this and the Shiki Fling is that this is done when the object is already on the ground, whereas the Shiki can only be done from your backpack. So we're going to go to options, we're going to go to frame cap, and we're going to turn it on at 15. If you are having a lot of trouble with this, you can turn it down to 10 and you might have better luck, but I do it at 15 because it's easier to manage the camera at this frame rate. So we're going to hit accept, and you're going to see that the game is like really choppy and really bad. Basically, All an item fling is dropping the item on one frame and moving your mouse on the next frame. It has to be, it's a really fast action. So basically for item fling, you're going to pick up the object and hold it, and then you're going to let go of the mouse, and you're going to fling your mouse into one of the corners. I believe all our item flings are to the top right now, so it might be better to practice that way, because they can go a lot farther. So from here, we're going to just make sure that you drop it first, and then fling your mouse. And it should do something like that. This really isn't a tough trick to get down, but it is really hard to master it. I myself mess up item flings all the time. It's just that I know how to recover from them, so I only lose a few seconds during a run. So with that, I believe we've done all the major tricks. We're going to get into the speedrun. So the next thing we need to do is just do character creation, because even if you do the load saves, you're not going to know what stats you did. So the first things first, you're going to go to single player and make sure you click on story mode and begin. So for the speedrun, you do want to select Feign. The preset you want to go with is either fighter or knight. I'm just going to choose knight. The reason we choose one of these two is because they start with a firestorm grenade. First thing you want to do is come down to the, or in the preset, you want to come down to the abilities, and you're just going to remove warfare, and we're going to grab pyrokinetic, and we're going to remove two-handed, and we're going to grab polymorph. And we're going to remove bartering and grab telekinesis. Next thing we're going to do is grab haste, tentacle ash, and chameleon cloak. Now keep in mind this is the beginner route, but I'm going to be using the advanced setups. So your beginner guide is not going to be using haste if you don't want to, but it's going to be there in case you want to start using it. The next thing you want to do is come to the attributes, and you want to remove constitution and grab full strength, all strength. Then go to talents, remove opportunist, grab lone wolf, and your character should be ready to go. You can change the appearance if you like. We're just going to go with the base model of Feign, and this is what your setup should look like. And it doesn't show you, but we do have lone wolf, so keep that in mind. So let's start the run. During the loading screen, you're going to hit the start on the timer. Of course, this would be at negative 1.85 normally, but okay, so the first thing that's going to happen is Manchester C1 here is going to talk to you. You're going to skip the text with the scroll wheel. Very easy stuff. What you want to do after is unlock the hotbar with this little button down here, and you're just going to move the skills into these positions for your own convenience. And right after, this skull's going to talk to you. So make sure that you've got this set up. You can arrange these however you'd like. This is the way that I like to do it. And then I also like to move this one to the very end. We're not going to be using haste for the beginner route, but if you were, actually I'm not even going to do the hybrid, so we're not going to be using haste, but this is here just so that when I reload and everything's still the same, because the route's going to be the same. So we're going to go up here, and basically after you finish the text, you're just going to click on the ladder, and then as you're moving towards the ladder, you're going to be spamming the enter key on your keyboard, as you can see down here. Spam the enter key on your keyboard, and basically what will happen is that this will pop up, and you're just going to hit enter, and it's going to immediately skip that text. So the first thing we're going to do, remember how I switched the F key to turn the camera? So we're going to turn it this way, and I'm going to grab this barrel first thing. And then we're just going to go click on this door. Magister C1 is going to talk to us. You can either use the scroll wheel or use the enter key to do 1, 1, and then 4 on the text, just to immediately finish your text. And then you're just going to come over and grab this bedroll that's chilling up here. Now, from here, you're going to come up to this position right here. And I am going to make you guys, in the beginner route, do the cheeky flings, because they are really important for if you want to, be efficient. But this is also really fun to do. So all we're going to do is, if you look here, you can see this pike looking thing. So we're going to turn our camera so that it's lined up, and we're going to place the barrel on top of this T shape. And then we're going to pull down to the edge of here, and we're going to do a cheeky fling by dragging the barrel out of our inventory again. So we throw it there, we drag it out again, and he will cheeky fling it onto there. And we're already positioning ourselves down here. We're going to grab this water barrel, And then we're going to come over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw this barrel onto this Magister here. If you're unable to do this, it's likely because you don't have enough strength. So all you want to do is hit his front left leg here. And you can spam click the stairs here. And you'll be upstairs when the cutscene ends. This way you don't have the knockdown, you don't have any of that stuff. So remember how we picked up that water barrel? We're gonna run through the fire here, and we're just gonna run to the end. Now we're also going to pick up this barrel here, and we're going to use that initial water barrel we picked up to clip through this wall. So all you need to do is come up to the corner of this wall here, drop the barrel on your bottom right, and click through the wall, and he should just clip through, no problem. You can quick save here, that's not really necessary at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab all three of these barrels. So we're going to click here, click this one, and then click this one. What we want to do now is move these into the backpack. And then from right where Fane is standing, so as we walked in, we just clicked on this barrel, and he should position himself the same every time. We're going to do a Q Shiki Fling. You're going to hold Q on your keyboard. You're going to grab the backpack. You're going to drag it over to the stairs here until it's white. You're going to let go of the bag. And then you're going to drag it out on the ground here and let go of Q, not the mouse. And he will throw it on top of the stairs. And then from here, we're going to walk into this corner. And we're going to drop this barrel behind us and click through the wall. This one does need to be fast, so basically you're going to come to this corner, drop the barrel, and then immediately click on the other side of the wall, just like that. To pick up the backpack more efficiently, you can hold the Alt key so that this text comes up, and then you're going to click the text instead of the actual bag, and that will pick it up instead of trying to open it. So from here, we're ready to go upstairs, but we need to do one more thing. We need to use our bedroll before we go upstairs. So, and also put on your tattered cowl. So go upstairs. Now this guy's going to get smacked by the tentacle. Now we're just going to go over here, and all we're going to do is double click our Firestorm Grenade, and we're going to throw it at Gil here, and that's going to end Act 1. Nope. Now while we're rested, in case you haven't moved the barrels into the backpack or anything like that, or put on your tattered cowl, you can also do that here. There's just stuff you can do if you need to during that bit of the cutscene. So that's the first split. You're gonna split the timer there, hit escape to skip that, and congrats to you beginners. You did a few tricks that are pretty critical to the advanced guide, so if you guys are getting those pretty easily and you managed to do this run in under an hour, I would say go take a look at the advanced guide when it's released. Okay, so the first thing you want to do here is open your inventory. We're going to press the tilde key to go to Fort Joy Beach, right here. And we're just going to drop the backpack. Now, if you want to make this a bit quicker and try it out, you can do a haste here. It's not super, and you can also ping cancel it. Not super hard to do, and not a big deal if you don't want to do it. You're going to walk up the beach, and we're going to grab these two crates right here. Make sure to identify the difference between the crates. So one is 150 pounds, one is only 10. Make sure you have that one separate, the heavy one separate. Sir Laura's going to talk to us. I personally like to get rid of him, so we're going to dismiss him by doing the first text and then the second text. Next thing you want to do is grab this barrel here, and then we're going to come up to the Red Prince, and we're just going to do a quick save. So this will have to be done every time regardless. I would say always do a quick save here. The Red Prince has 42 texts that you need to skip, and if you miss the one that you need to get to, you will have to restart the run or reload the save, and I prefer to just do a reload then restart the whole run. As you talk to him, you're going to skip a bunch of text. So as he says this line, as a born fighter, this is the one you're going to be looking for. I believe it's 42 texts. through, and you're just going to hit 4 and then 2, and then skip the rest of the text. That's going to get him as an enchanter. It's going to let us extend the reach of some skills that he has. So I'm going to reload, and I'm going to just show you guys quickly how to do that a little bit easier than like trying to read every single one. Basically, if you talk to him and you look at your mouse wheel and you go back and forth 6 times or even 5 times to avoid skipping it, but I do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here, the next text, the next text, the next text. So you can use the enter key to just skip a few. It is tough to skip with the mouse wheel, just a couple. So very easy to get them as the thing if you just count the scrolls. I encourage you to practice this if you're looking into doing the speedrun more seriously. So 4 and then 2 to get them as a enchanter. And once again, we're on our way. Okay, so I'm going to show you one character at a time here because it's kind of tough to get the timing right if I try to show you both, and I don't want to confuse anybody. So we're just going to quick save right here. So first we're going to put Fane up here, and then we're going to unchain the red prince by dragging him to the right. And we're going to bring Prince over to this rock. So as Prince comes up to this rock, we're going to press 3 to cast Rain on the rocks. And then we're going to scroll to cast Electric Discharge, and as the crocodile comes up the rock, we're going to cast that and get in combat with the crocodile. And now we don't need to do anything with Prince. So Fane's going to use Chameleon Cloak, and we're just going to walk through this encounter here and not worry about it. And you want to come up to this brazier. So I'm just going to actually reload this and show you guys what it looks like if you do both at the same time. So I'm just going to show you guys what this looks like at full speed. So we're going to talk to Prince. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then we're going to run up the beach here. Red Prince is wet. We're going to walk into here. So it's raining, and then we're going to cast Discharge. And we'll switch back. And as you can see in the top left here, the Red Prince is in combat. So you should be, at this point, whether you do it separately, just manage the Red Prince first, and then Feign if you need to do it separately. Otherwise, it's just swapping back and forth using the F1 and F2 keys and getting that down pat. The advanced guide will show you guys how to do that with haste, and yeah, go check that out if you guys want to get more into it. So from here, we're going to walk down to the area where this ladder is. So we're coming through the town here, and the reason we came up to this brazier was because we actually got the waypoint on our mini-map. So coming up to here, we're going to click on this discolored rock right here. It's just slightly different, you know, it's just larger than the rest of them. And we're going to use this one barrel here, and we can actually throw this reinforced barrel on Prince now that he's not moving. So we can give him the reinforced barrel, and we can drop this barrel right behind us, and we're just going to click up the hill here, or up the area that we can't reach normally. So as you can see, Feign just kind of levitates up to the top, and we're going to walk into this corner, and we're going to use the crate to do one more clip as well. Remember guys, clips are not hard once you get the hang of them, so if you need any help learning about them or getting them better, just let us know in the Discord, and we'll do our best to help you out. So, as you're walking up to this position, you want to switch to the Red Prince, and just hit the spacebar to end his turn. So spacebar just ends Prince's turn. Basically, we're waiting for this crocodile to teleport to him. He got stunned like an idiot. But I'm not going to skip turn again yet, because you wouldn't normally do it. So, we're going to go Invis. And you could do a ping cancel here if you want. So we're just going to walk through the doors and come over to this area right here. And as we're doing that, we're going to skip Red Prince's turn again. And we're going to pick up this crate here, the heavy one here, give it to Red Prince, and we can right click cancel each of these crates, and we're going to grab that one. Actually, the crate and the barrel should be in Fane's bag, while the reinforced crate should be in the Red Prince's bag. So we have to skip our turn again. Unfortunately, I think we're going to get a really bad Croc RNG here. Okay, so in the event that this happens where the crocodiles are not, so this other crocodile will come up and block the crocodile that has magic defense. Basically, we're going to have to kill this crocodile here. If this happened in a real run, you would reset, because it's very rare that it does. But we're just going to use electric discharge on him, I guess. And we're going to use Staff of Magus as well. And then, if we had any more magic, actually, no, we don't have anything. We're just gonna end our turn. Basically, all you need to do is kill this crocodile, and then this one should teleport to you. Okay, so this is what we're looking for, the scale portation. This would normally be happening within the first 2 turns. If it doesn't, you just got unlucky, really. So he's going to be here. Don't worry about him now. You're going to be on Fane. We're just going to come over here. We're going to use our mouse wheel for the bedroll. So that he uses the bedroll, we get that knockdown immunity. Now, all you're going to do here is you're going to click way up here, and then you're going to go into your skills by pressing the E key on your keyboard. We're going to first go to the end talent, or the end skills. We're going to hit all skilled up, come over 1. We're going to grab 2 points in telekinesis, come over 1 more. We're going to grab Huntsman, Polymorph, Scoundrel, come over 1 more. We're going to grab 3 points in wits, and 2 points in strength. Okay. Then we're going to come over to this position here, and we're going to swap back to the Red Prince. And that position, sorry, was just right above the ladder before the pigs. So as you're coming through the beach here, it's just keep following the path, and it should be up here to the north. Okay, we're going to switch to the Red Prince. He is going to use Hail Strike, our number 2 skill, on the crocodile, and then we're just going to hit him once, and he should die. That's going to put us out of combat because the other crocodile isn't alive anymore. But if that other crocodile is alive, you're going to have 1 AP left, which is enough to drag the gloves into your Fane's inventory, and then you're actually going to click the flee combat button and select the beach and go to that. Even with 0 AP, you can still do it. But we're going to go to the beach, and we're just going to leave the Red Prince right there. Now here, this is a neat trick you can practice, but it's not necessary. You can use this barrel we picked up in order to clip down the ladder that's right here. So you kind of just walk off instead of having to climb it. Now here we're going to grab this ooze barrel, and we're going to just give it to the Red Prince. The next thing that's happened is these pigs are going to talk to you. And the first thing you want to do is immediately pick up this oil barrel, because if you don't pick up this one, everything's going to explode right away. You have a bit of time if you pick up this one first. So we'll go through here, grab that, and as you can see, nothing terrible has happened yet. Now we're going to start picking up as many of these things as we can and just drag them into Fane's or Prince's inventory. Every single one of them. And then you're going to walk up the vines here. And as he's walking up the vines, we're going to hold Alt, grab this backpack on the Red Prince. And then we're going to press the tilt key, go to Fort Joy Square, and we're just going to chill here with the Red Prince. We're done with him for a while. Actually, that's a lie. The next thing you want to do is just run down this path. And as you're running down this path, you're going to start throwing all this heavy stuff into this left backpack. Remember, the other one has death fog barrels in it, and you want to keep those. So we're going to run up here, and we're going to switch to the Red Prince. We're going to open the backpack, drag 2 of these barrels into Fane's inventory, and the last one into the Red Prince's inventory. And from here, we're going to come up, and we're going to put on our gloves, swap these around a little bit. I like to put the bedroll in the 7th slot. And as we come up here, we're going to hold Alt and grab this sharp piece of metal. Or sorry, no, I lied. That's wrong. We're going to grab these sheep shears. And then we're going to put those on. That will give us Sucker Punch. We'll put that in the 8th slot. And we're going to come up here, and there is a well-worn chest right here. We're going to drag that into Prince's inventory. And we're going to drag this crate into Prince's inventory. And then we're going to open our waypoints, go to the abandoned camp, or just run over here. Technically, teleporting is a little bit faster. At this point, I would recommend a save. I already have all the save files, and if you download this profile, you will have all the save files too, so you won't have to worry about it too much. From here, you have to do a few things. So you're going to come down to this position here, and if I hold shift, you can see you don't want to go past here. We're going to press 2 for Chameleon Cloak. We can ping cancel this one. And we're going to come over here and come like decently far to the left of the shadows here. Just don't walk too far up. I think this dot, or this crook here, is about as far as you want to go. You want to do a quick save. If this Magister is in this position, and you do a quick save and a reload, the Magister will actually come back to the previous position that they were in. Watch. Bam. Mind control. Okay, so from here, you want to make sure that all this stuff is in this heavy bag right here, so you just have a whole crap ton of weight, and this bag doesn't have anything in it, and you have your 2 Deathlog barrels, and you have your 1 Deathlog barrel on the Red Prince. At this point, you also need to go to the Red Prince by opening your skills with E, go to the Red Prince, and level up Strength 4 times, and go to the 3rd slot and level up Thievery. He's going to be stealing a book for us after. And then just press F1 or switch back to Fane here. So first you want to take this backpack, and you're just going to move it to that position. Then we're going to teleport this Magister down to the bottom. And you're going to see that these guys are kind of upset, but we get the first turn. We got a super heavy bag here. We want to make sure we don't hit Alexander. But before we do anything, we're actually just going to walk Red Prince to behind Butter here. From here, we're going to move a maximum of 2 AP forward. And we're going to do a quick save. We don't want to be killing Alexander on this turn. We want to kill the Magister Metamorph and the Geist at the very least, and also the invisible guy that chills right here. So we'll take the backpack, and we're just going to place it behind, kill the Metamorph, and we're going to kill Geist. Just kill him. There is a chance of this missing though, not the end of the world. And that's why we reload. So now we have 2 more AP. We're going to place the backpack here. Should get the Invis dude. And we're going to quick save again. So from here, basically we're going to play dead. We're going to move this bag to the right side of Bishop Alexander. And then the worm is going to pop up. And he's going to... Basically, we're going to have a limited amount of time to hit him with the bag, and his hitbox is kind of small. But basically, you're just going to place it directly behind him. So, let's play dead. And you can hold Alt to see the bag a lot easier. So we're going to play dead. You ping cancel to get that going faster. I'm going to place this on the right side to hit Alexander. Hold Alt. Place that as close to the worm as possible. Hold Alt one more time. Drag it over here. Oh look, there's a knight. Boom, hit him too. Put it up on this corner, because then you have vision. And you can see that this archer saw us, but if we were just a little bit quicker, we could have killed him. So I'm just gonna not do anything. So, immediately after you kill this archer, you do want to loot Alexander. So we're gonna grab this, hit him, and we can ping cancel the out of combat animation, loot Alexander, just hit spacebar, super easy. Then when Malady talks to you, you're actually going to press F2, go to the Red Prince. We're going to sneak, pickpocket Butter, pick tactical retreat, go to our waypoints, and teleport out. If you find that he can't pickpocket for whatever reason, just make sure that your stats didn't get reset from if you reloaded. Sometimes when you reload too early, stats can get reset to what they were before the reload. So now we can go back to Feign. We can skip all this text nice and quick, and we're just going to walk over to this position, use the Tactical Retreat skill book, learn it into our 5th slot so we can cast that down here, ping cancel the animation. And the easiest way to ping cancel this, if you guys are into that, is as soon as the marker on your minimap moves, the arrow moves, you can do the ping cancel. So you're gonna skip this character's text, Amadias text, and you're going to take the bag and you're going to drag it into Prince's inventory. So this is because if you pick it up, you won't be able to move, and sometimes your bag is going to be back here, sometimes it's going to be over in this corner, sometimes it just won't be grabbable and Feign will come like way back here, so best to just drag it into Red Prince's inventory unless it's already right on this corner. The last thing you need to do is walk beside Malady, make sure you have the Alexander cloak off of Alexander, take the Death Fog barrel and the super heavy bag, and you're going to talk to, I'm just going to do a quick save, you're going to talk to Malady, and you're going to skip her text while spamming the enter key. Hey everybody, Future Worldly here, and before you skip, I just want to say congrats on making it this far in the speedrun. I put about 40 hours into this video alone, between editing and recording, so I hope you'll take a few seconds just to hit that subscribe button. With that out of the way, thank you for watching this video, and let's get back to the guide. It's because in the next act, we're going to have our source point still. As you can see, we still have it in the top left. If we don't match the enter key, we're going to use that source point by accident. So it's not the end of the world if you don't have it, it just makes the run a little bit faster. We are going to skip the Red Prince's text. Then we're just going to drop the Death Fog barrel and the super heavy backpack here. And we're going to move the super heavy backpack up here as well. Just don't hit the Red Prince. So you're going to walk up here, you're going to go to your skills, remove Chameleon Cloak, and move the teleport button over to the 2nd slot here. And don't worry about that. Actually, if you go into your skills or attributes, you could also level up strength. Yeah, strength to 30. And as you come up here, Malady's going to talk to you. Just skip her text. And then once you go downstairs, you're going to want to run to Ifan right away, because otherwise he's going to run away. So we're going to come over here and talk to Ifan. And you're just going to skip all his text. And then come talk to Exter. Now that you're talking to Exter, you can switch to Ifan and just send him upstairs. You don't need to, you can even disconnect them and then send him upstairs. But either way, it's not really a huge deal, whichever way you want to do it. They will automatically disconnect if you don't. So now you want to trade with Exter. You're going to grab his 3rd Scoundrel book, which is Cloak and Dagger. And you're just going to trade the Alexander cloak and hit accept. Bada bing, bada boom. So we're going to go downstairs and we're going to do another wall clip. So this is the last one, or not the last one. Is this the last one? This is one of the last ones, I think. But we're going to just use the crate that we have still left over. And we're going to clip through here. If you guys find you can't find that crate, there's also barrels here you can use. So once you come in this room, you're just going to grab this red pyramid, and then we're going to move over to this position. This is because this is the only spot where there's no vision, but occasionally there will be vision of you, so you won't be able to sneak. So we're going to sneak, then we're going to use teleport, and that's going to take us to the blue pyramid, which is right here. We're going to hold Alt and pick that up, and then we're going to give Ifan the blue pyramid. And this is it. So this part is important. Don't move Feign. Now, do not move him at all. You're going to hold Alt and you're going to grab that backpack that you placed. And then from here, you're going to connect Ifan. Okay, so from here, you're going to move your camera above the back of the boat and you're going to zoom in all the way. Then you're going to take your you're going to take your north symbol here, and you're going to place it just against the one side of the X so that it's touching just barely. And from here, we're going to do a quick save because we're about to do a Q Shiki Fling. So we're going to go into our bag, we're going to grab the blue pyramid back from Ifan, and then we're going to take it out, press tab to close your inventory. So right here, there is a position where you can place it, and basically you just want to touch the index knuckle against the connection of this nub to the rest of the minimap. So, and if you go a little bit lower, that's also good. But if you go too high, you're going to end up in combat. So we're going to hold Q on our keyboard here. So press Q, and we're going to let go of our mouse. And then we're going to, with our pinky on our left hand, we're going to press tab again. We're going to grab the teleport pyramid. We're going to close it, and we're going to either drop it on the portrait, on our hotbar, or on here. So I'm just going to do the portrait because it's easy. And we're going to keep holding the mouse, let go of Q on your keyboard. And you may not have seen it, but he did throw it across the ocean. If you guys want to see that, you can also press caps lock to recenter before you do the final part of your Shiki Fling. So we're going to teleport to it. I'm just going to skip that. Hold on. We're going to teleport to it. And if everything went well, you should be right on this mast somewhere. You can go all the way up to this edge, but if you go too far to the left, you're going to get caught in the fight. If you go too far to the left here, you're going to get caught in the fight. If you're like down here, you can also just jump up to the top with tactical retreat, whatever you need to do. Here, we're going to learn Cloak and Dagger, and we're going to drop our Deathlog barrel on the ground here. Right click cancels when you're dropping items. And you're going to drop the super heavy bag. And you're just going to move this Deathlog barrel over to the corner and move this bag over to the corner. The next thing is that this barrel is going to land right on this fancy swirly thing. So I'm just going to show you guys how it's placed. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as it's on top of there, you're kind of good to go. From here, you're going to switch to Ifan, and you're going to just move him over so his path isn't interrupted, and you're going to hold control to attack the Deathlog barrel. But as the arrow is midair, you're going to do a quick save. So we're going to fire it, and then we're going to switch, and we're going to switch our hand to F5 midair and hit F5. So he fires it, hit F5 before it lands. The reason being, if it didn't kill all four, we would need to reload. But seeing as how it killed all four, we don't need to reload. Just keep reloading until it kills all four of them. And then we're going to switch back to Feign. We're going to drop this bag on these two. Now the spot here is basically you want to be in between these two, but closer to the monk here, or the watcher. And then you want to do a quick save again as the bag is falling, because the Silent Watcher has a decent chance of actually dodging it, and that will cause you to be pulled into the fight, and then it's an issue, so you have to reload. And then it'll just, I'll even just reload for you here. Yeah, and it just kills them again, or misses again, whichever. So for the next part, what you're going to do is you're going to teleport the Silent Monk into the Deathlog, and then you're going to hold Alt and pick up your backpack. Then you're going to give the backpack to Ifan. Okay, so don't forget that part. Because you don't want to get stuck with it when you go in the Hall of Echoes. So, teleport him. And then we're just going to grab this backpack. Boop. And give it to Ifan. And then, if you have time, you can go into your skills. There's going to be a text here. So just skip all that. So we're going to go into our skills. And we're going to go to our civil abilities and get 4 in telekinesis. And we're going to get the last 2 points. So 34 strength. Then from here, we're just going to jump down to this position here on the source puddle with tactical retreat. You're going to cast Bless, just like you normally would in a run. And if you want to get tricky, you can do a ping cancel after Bless, and then you can run over and grab this source puddle. So it would look like this if you did it like that. Oh, well, he picked up the one that was underneath her, so not a big deal. So you're going to skip all this text with the mouse wheel. Very simple stuff. And then here, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up this barrel. You can run feign up here, and then just go to your inventory and drop the heavy backpack. Oops. Nope. Drop the heavy backpack out with Ifan.
Ivan.
And then you can come down and down and over here. And you can also level up here if you haven't already. But you don't need to worry about leveling up Ifan at all. Also, I hope I'm saying his name right. I have no idea. Ivan. Okay. Anyway. So we're going to run to this position behind the barrels. Once you come down these stairs, you can run to this position behind the barrels and just use... Actually, before you do that, I do recommend you swap your skills around. So you're going to want Cloak and Dagger in your 4th slot, Haste in your 2nd slot, and you're just going to move the red teleporter out of that slot so that 1st slot is completely free. Then we're going to use Cloak and Dagger, jump down here. Malady's going to talk to us. We're going to skip the text, and that is the end of the Dallis fight. And so you would split there. Of course, this is a terrible speedrun, but if you weren't explaining this, you could probably do it quite a bit faster. So, starting off with Act 2, we're going to be doing a Cheeky Fling right away. It's a Q Cheeky Fling, so you're going to have to cue the actions. And so let's get to it. So we're going to skip this text. And once you skip the text, all you're going to do is move your camera all the way to the right. You're going to zoom in and move forward a bit. You don't have to move forward that much. And then turn your camera so that the corner of your screen is in between these two masts here. Okay, so you're going to turn it just like that, roughly in the middle, and then you're going to grab your red pyramid, and you're just going to move your mouse all the way to the corner and bring it down until it's no longer a can't see. So right there, you're going to hold Q, you're going to let go of the mouse. Now this time you need to press caps lock to bring it back to your character, still holding Q by the way. Press tab, don't mind that. And then pull out the red pyramid again. Actually, hold on. Pull out the red pyramid again and let go. And it should do that. It should just launch. Minus all the extra actions, it's just a Q Cheeky Fling, right? So you're going to move over to this position and you're just going to jump down to the bottom here. And then from here, you're going to use a teleport and go to your pyramid. Make sure you guys immediately run back here, otherwise Ifan might get caught by the guards. They don't like him. So just run behind this tree anywhere. And from here, we're going to do another Cheeky Fling, but this one does not need to be queued. You can just drag it out of your inventory twice. So you're going to see these stairs here, and you're going to just want to hit the top of these stairs, like that, and then teleport to it. Easy Cheeky Fling. From here, I like to drag my pyramid to the right side here instead of walking. And then you're going to adjust your compass so that it is just basically see how there's this point here. You just want to make it so they're just intersecting a little bit. And then maybe we'll do a quick save just in case we mess up. So here you're going to disconnect Ifan, you're going to pick up the red pyramid, and we're going to do another Q Cheeky Fling. You're going to intersect these 2 points a little bit, and then you're just going to hold W until you see 28 on the x-axis. You won't be able to see the last number, but you'll see 28. And then you're going to pull out the red pyramid, and you're going to look, it should be around, so there's this half of your health bar. It should be above this. If it's not above this, it's probably more to the right. But right about here, you can see that we have an opening where we can do a Q Cheeky Fling. So we're going to hold Q, let go, press caps lock, tab, pyramid, let go of Q, not the mouse, and it'll Cheeky Fling. So we're going to teleport to that spot, and we did get a good position, of course. And from here, we just want to place it to the left of this tree. So right about there, teleport to it again, and then we don't want to move Fane at all. From here, you can go straight up, pull out your pyramid, and if you can't see, just do a little jiggle with your mouse and you should be able to see that no problem. Gonna do one more Q Shiki Fling. So hold Q, drag it out again, let go of Q, and he's gonna toss it. So we leave the red pyramid over here so that we can teleport back to it. But we're gonna pick up the blue pyramid and we're gonna drop a Deathfog Barrel in its path. I do recommend quick saving before you do this. So we're going to talk to the advocate, skip all this text, and there's going to be a moment here where you can't do anything. We're going to switch to ifn, and we're just going to move our mouse to the left side of the screen, and about halfway up the screen you're going to see this little gear icon, and we're just going to click there, and then switch back to Feint. Basically that just sends him to the barracks, which we're not going to worry about too much. Now, when we come back to the advocate, we're going to hit enter twice, and then press the 6th option to leave. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use our pyramid, but we're not going to use it. We're going to hold control and we're going to attack this Deathfog Barrel, and then as soon as Fane hits that Deathfog Barrel, we're going to teleport out. Or as soon as you see Advocate die, actually. I did that a little bit early, but he still did die, so everything is fine. Grab your red pyramid off the ground and give it to Ifan. Now you're going to talk to Jahan. Skip all this text. And once again, there's going to be a time when you can't do anything, so you're going to go to Ifan. You're just going to walk over here and switch back to Fane. Skip the rest of the text, and immediately your pyramid's going to come up and you're going to teleport to Ifan. Now I do recommend quick saving here if you're new to the speedrun, because you can brick the game, or brick the run. At this point, if you're not careful, just make sure that when you place it... Oh, do we have our skill? Yeah, we have our skills. So you have to come to the left side of Ifan here, and then you're just going to place the pyramid as close to the torch, as close to above the torch as possible. So just anywhere in here, just don't go too far left because you won't be able to grab it. So I'm going to throw it there. And then all I do is I tilt my screen a little bit, and I just go straight up from that position. And usually there's a spot. And we're going to teleport to it. That wasn't great. Really wasn't that great. But normally your pyramid would land right around here, and you want to move it over to this. Wow, what the heck was that? So you want to move it to this cabinet here. You're going to talk to the journal here, and you're going to hit escape, and then you can teleport to this, or you can walk. You don't have to do all this pyramid movement if you don't want to. But normally I would move the pyramid to here, and then talk to this. And that just gives us the ingredients we need. Now you come over to this area, and you're just going to double click the obsidian lancet. Then you're going to right click it and hit combine. So combine those things. We'll get the ritual bowl, put that in its place. Now at this point, before you use the incinerator, make sure that you have a source point. If you don't have one, just come over here and grab one. We're going to pick up the pyramid, use the incinerator, and then we're going to click on the good stuff. Skip the text. And here we're just going to use our jumping abilities to speed this up a bit. You can ping cancel if you like. So anytime it moves on the map, you'll see a ping cancel. Now here, you're going to give the teleporter pyramid to Ifan so that you can teleport to him afterwards. And then before you talk to him, you do want to clear this first slot. So we're going to swap these two, and then we're going to throw haste off our hotbar because we actually don't need it anymore. There's nothing we can use it for. And then with that off our hotbar, we can come talk to this guy. And then as soon as your guy casts Spirit Vision, once you're done this text, just throw Spirit Vision off the hotbar as well. So throw it off the hotbar. He's going to talk to you again. And then you're going to get Source Vampirism in their first slot again. You're going to use it. And you can just toss that off your hotbar as well. And you just move the pyramid back to the first slot here. You can leave using the hallucinogenic smoke. Then you can teleport over to Ifan, because he should be holding the red pyramid. You're going to connect him. And you're going to go back to the Lady Vengeance. Malady should be right here, but in this case she's not, so I'm glad I can show you. You're just going to come up to the front of the boat. as long as she's not up here. You come up to the front of the boat and just talk to the boat a bunch of times. There she is. Alright, so we can talk to her. Now here you're going to do the options 112, 122, and then just spam enter. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, enter, enter, enter. And she's going to go to this one, and you can attack her right away to start the cutscene immediately if you want. So that is the Advocate split. Congrats on doing that one. If you guys actually, if you guys have managed to get this far and follow along, props to you. We're getting closer and closer. Each act sequentially is shorter, I think. Actually, Act 3 is kind of long. Starting off with Act 3, it's going to be a Q Shiki Fling again. So we're going to skip all the text. We're going to take the red pyramid from Ifan, and then we're just going to go forward until our camera is above this area of the boat. We're going to zoom in, turn our camera, and we're going to just walk it out this way with the W key. Now you're going to go into your inventory, grab the red pyramid, and around the top of your screen, you should see an area where you can just place the pyramid. So do a Q Shiki Fling again. So Q, let go, caps lock, tab, drop the pyramid again, and Q Shiki Fling. Cool. So we got that. And we're going to grab the pyramid off the ground. If you guys are unable to grab this pyramid, it probably means you don't have 4 in telekinesis. So just make sure you have that. So from here, we're actually going to open up our waypoint and go to the Temple of Amadias, which is literally right beside where we just were. And we're going to use Tactical Retreat to jump to the very top of this pillar. And then we're just going to climb up here. And even as you're climbing up here, you can level wits to 22. So from here, what you're going to do is basically go to the very end of this area, completely opposite of where you are. And you're just going to hold up and right, W and D, until you're kind of like in this position. So basically just to the end of the map. And then you're going to do a Q Shiki Fling again with the red pyramid over to here. So we let go, teleport. So once you get to here, you're going to go into the corner. You're going to adjust your minimap so that it's just mostly overlapping here with the other point. You're going to go into your options. And this is the first time we're going to be doing a item fling. So you're going to enable frame cap, hit accept. And then from here, you're going to grab the pyramid and do an item fling, which if you remember is just dropping the item and then flinging your mouse really fast. So if we do it, nope, can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Oh, yikes. Tough crowd. There we go. So even I get it wrong sometimes, you know? So we're going to go to our options and we're going to disable the frame cap. So now I want you to imagine that this is actually a corridor. And as we fling the pyramid, we're going down a corridor. And I figured this was going to happen, and I'm kind of glad it did. So if you end up landing, so this is the corridor. So if we were still up on that mountain, our camera would be like this, basically. And we basically flinged the pyramid all the way down this corridor. And we wanted it to actually land right here, but that's not a big deal. We can easily get there still. Just grab the pyramid. And we're going to drop the pyramid. Oh. We can do a Shiki Fling. And we're going to pick up the pyramid. We're going to walk to this position here. And we're just going to use the pyramid to clip through the wall. Like you would at the start of the game. With the barrels and stuff. This is just a backup plan to clip through this blue wall. Normally you would actually end up right here after that Shiki, or after that item bling. So I'm going to make sure you have 22 wits. Then you're going to talk to the Arbiter, hit enter, and then 2. And then just spam the enter key. Okay, after that loading screen, you're going to be talking to the Eternal Arbiter. What you want to do is skip the text until you get to Bishop Alexander's end text, and you're just going to do a quick save and a reload. Then you're going to finish the text, and it should be your turn. So this part's kind of easy, or pretty easy. You're just going to use Cloak and Dagger, and you're going to jump to this position here. And then you're going to use Tactical Retreat and jump as far as you can. Down here. And you're going to go to this position here. Or actually, right now is a good time to level up your skills. So you can level up Strength to 40. You can go level up Warfare to 10. And that should be all you need. If you want to level up single-handed for the bag later on, you can, but it's not really necessary. The rest of the points are completely unnecessary for the speedrun. But you're going to go here. And make sure you walk as far as you can. Don't just walk to here, because that will be your entire turn, because I only have 4 AP left. You want to make sure you walk all the way to this here. So we're going to talk to the little thingy there, and then the cutscene's going to happen. So you're just going to spam enter, skip all this text. Nothing too fancy. Coming out of this bit, we're basically going to do a cheeky fling from here. The most ideal spot is just right on this edge here. So hold Q, drop the pyramid again, and I'm just going to stop his movement. Before you go up there, you're going to want to use your bedroll, and then teleport to the pyramid, and that's going to put you in combat with Amadias here. So skip the initial text until it says fight. Then you're going to quick save as soon as she jumps, like so. And then you're going to skip all her text and do a reload. Now, when you reload and skip all her text, it should be your turn. If not, go to her last text, quick save, and then once the whole text is finished, reload, and it should still work. So we're going to use Tentacle Lash. Just make sure you have 10 Warfare, 41 Strength. The 41 comes from the bedroll, right? Because that gives us 1. We're going to use Tentacle Lash. And that should turn her into a Titan. If she doesn't turn into a Titan, you can walk up and use Sucker Punch. This skill here. And it does a decent amount of damage, 100 damage, so now he's a Titan. And what we're going to do is use the Deathlog Barrel, and then we're going to pick up our pyramid, and we're going to jump to this position over here with Tactical Retreat, or Cloak and Dagger. So once we drop the Deathlog Barrel on this fire, it should kill him, but in the event that it doesn't, you can teleport him into the Deathlog. If that doesn't kill him, I suggest you just reload and try again. So drop the Deathlog, kills him, we're going to move cancel, pick up the pyramid, move one more time, then we're going to jump to this position. Using move cancels and right click cancels are really important to mastering the speedrun. So if you plan on doing more in the future, just practice it, try it out, whatever. So you're gonna skip all this text. And the reason we did all that stuff before jumping was because we didn't want to have enough AP to accidentally use the pyramid and teleport back to this position here. So I used all that AP so I would only have a couple left, because it did happen a few times. So, now we're here talking to Malady. We're going to skip all her text. And also you want to take the pyramid with you, because right now, if the pyramid was still in that area, you could teleport back to that area. So here, we're going to move our camera up to the end of the boat, and just do a cheeky fling onto this barrel. So this one's just a drag and drop twice. Drag and drop, and then teleport. If you guys are finding you can't do this teleport, it has to do with the the Act 1 Lady Vengeance, if you don't do it the way we do it in the speedrun, you won't be able to use the teleport pyramid on this boat. Okay, so now we want to use our bedroll, talk to the boat, she's going to come back, talk to her again, skip all the text, and that's the end of Act 3, and that's the end of that split. That one's not too complicated. It gets very complicated in the advanced tutorial, which I will be doing next, but probably not back to back because my throat is going to be sore. Okay, so coming out of that area, you should be something like this. You're going to talk to Malady, skip all of her text, and then you're just going to press the tilde key to open your waypoints and transport immediately to the Hall of Echoes. Now, if you guys remember, we left the bag here at the very start of the Lady Vengeance act. Right after killing Alexander, we left the bag here. We're going to pick it up now. Sorry, we left it here. Yeah, right after killing Dallis and going into the Hall of Echoes, we went to Ifan and we dropped it here. So as you can see, we don't have Ifan anymore. I don't know if you noticed, but before the Arena of the One, he actually left us. So just easy way. If you want to dismiss him earlier to make things easier, that's all totally up to you. But having him for the Lady Vengeance fight is really important for doing that quick save. So from here, we're just going to go straight back. You should be able to go straight back. Basically what's happening is that our camera is going to go up on top of this actual pillar, and that's what we want, right? So right now it's just on this flat part. We go back a bit more, we get it on this pillar, and you want to just be as high as you can go. So once you can kind of get it to this position, you want to turn your camera until the corner of your screen is over this notch on the pillar here, and you should be able to see a decent amount. You can go a little bit more to the left. It's not a super accurate science. And then basically we're going to be doing a item fling, so we're going to drop the red pyramid right here. Then we're going to go to our options, do a frame cap, hit accept, and we're going to do the item fling. So drop the pyramid and fling your mouse. Oof. There we go. Go to your options, remove the frame cap, hit accept, and then right here you can just hit caps lock to recenter your camera, teleport to the pyramid, and then we're going to press S to go straight down, and you can kind of see the pyramid right here, but if you use teleport, you can see the outline of the pyramid. So we're going to click on it, and we're going to go just over a little bit, and then straight down. And you can see that we have a position here to teleport it to. And you can see that it did teleport, and then we're just going to teleport to it and click on these stairs before the bug talks to us. If you couldn't click on the stairs, just move the pyramid close enough and teleport to it until you can. So from here, you're going to do a Q Shiki Fling with the backpack. So there should be a spot right about here on the stairs. So actually, if you don't want to do the Shiki Fling, you can just move the backpack until you get to this position. But if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, so a Shiki Fling to here, a Q Shiki Fling, sorry. And then what's going to happen is Fane is going to start moving to this position, but we are going to click over here. So Fane changes his direction, and then we're going to use Tactical Retreat and jump to this position. So we're going to Q Shiki Fling. He's going to fling it, and then we're going to change his direction. And then before he gets too far out, because Malady and them will knock him down, we're going to jump over it. Jump over the wall. Or, what's it called? We're going to jump over the trigger. And then we're going to go up to this position, and we're just going to throw the bag down below. Now, I do recommend doing a save or a quick save here before you attempt this. And you're just going to use Cloak and Dagger. And you're going to jump down to this position, but as soon as you click, you're going to spam the F5 key. So click, spam F5, and as soon as it says quick save successful, you're going to reload the game. And if you did it correctly, it should no longer be talking to you, and you should be down here free to move however you want. Free to do whatever you want. This is the last part of the game, and all you're going to do is you're going to move the bag over to the cloaked figure here, and then move Fane over to this position behind him, so you're in his backstab slot. And as you can see, we have 80% chance to hit him. If we go into our inventory and turn up single-handed, we will have a higher chance to hit him, so that includes with the bag. But basically, we're just going to be using the bag to hit him as fast as we can. And if you want to learn how to do this quickly, basically you're going to press X to go into the overhead cam, or O if you didn't change the hotkey. You're just going to click and drag your mouse to the left, or up and down if that's easier for you, but I prefer left and right. So we're going to just do this, basically, as fast as you can. And you know, Fane will open it, but it's not a big deal. You don't want to be directly over the backpack, because then Fane will open it and the bag will be in your way. So even if he does open it, we can still do the trick. And then once you get that down, you know, you're going to be beside him and you're just going to be spamming that until he dies. So you can press the overhead cam to get rid of it again, even in this text. Skip all the text, hit escape, and now we're at the end of the game. You can come down here, use Cloak and Dagger to jump up onto the top here. And you can jump down here with Tactical Retreat. And that's it. That's the full speed run. Start to finish in, was it 106 minutes? No, an hour and 6 minutes. Not too bad, honestly. But I mean, the video is going to be much longer because of the initial 2 parts. So just skip the text. And then as soon as the loading screen comes up, you're going to hit the skip button. And that is our time for the speedrun. Well, you made it to the end. You've become divine. What's next is up to you. Will you improve? Will you do the advanced tutorial? Will you challenge the honor mode speedrun? Whatever you do, do it with pride, because you persevered and you deserve to feel good about that. Thanks everyone for watching. Congratulations to those who finished. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, stay worldly.